Okay, this is the entrance to the Apalachicola National Estuary Research Reserve. And they have a nature center. It's part of the Scenic Byway. They're open Tuesday to Saturday, 9 to 4. It's actually run by NOAA and the Florida Department of Environmental Protection together, joint venture. Again, Tuesday through Saturday, they have aquariums, exhibits, and boardwalks. We did all of them. And then if you want to know where it's at, that's the bridge of St. George Island from East Point. So it's right before you get to the bridge to come here. It's a cool place. You have to come here and see. They have talks, weekly talks, and they have real nice exhibits. They have a award-winning film you could watch. We're going to show you all this as we come in. And it says here there might be bears. Okay, we'll show you the Apalachicola Estuary. Okay, with the Apalachicola National Estuarian Research Reserve. It's a pretty neat place. They have hiking trails, and they have a museum-like inside. I'm going to go in the museum by myself because they won't let Ruby in. She can go on the trails, though. It's right here in East Point, right before you get to the bridge. So, I'm going to show you what it's like inside. This is part of the walking path. They have storyboards that talk about this area, about the flat woods and hammocks. And you could go and look over the bay. So, let me show you the inside of this estuary research museum. Okay, this is, I call it museum, they call it a nature center. This is the entrance. They do have an elevator that way. If you can't walk up the steps, it has to be up here because it's near the ocean. So it's got to be on stilts. All right, I'm going inside. Here is, on the outside, an oyster boat. This is the kind of boat they use to do oystering. See? They shuckle them right there. And they stand on the sides, the rake. And that's the rake they used to get the oysters. Alright. Here's the front door. Let's go in and see what we could find. Okay, as you come in, you're met by a real alligator. This alligator was donated by Mr. Ted Rufner from East Point. Look at that guy. Now this tank, they have tanks, and this tank here shows the freshwater river and what animals and fish live in it. So here you'll see crappie, sunfish, turtles, and bass. So this is the freshwater tank. You can see underwater what it looks like. Here's a turtle there. Alright. And then the second aquarium is the estuary, where it's called brackish water. That's where the salt water meets the fresh water. And so there's going to be different animals living here. Fish. Right there is a southern puffer. See it? And it even looks different. See, you can see the sand. Black drum lives here, redfish live in here, and a hardhead catfish, which is right in that corner. He's hiding from me. There's some more fish on the other side. Here they come, there goes the catfish. So this is, and you can see in the estuary what they have here is what looks like oyster beds. They're called oyster reefs. They live in the estuary. That's very important to have some fresh and salt water in this area. Okay, I'm going to show you some more. Okay, I'm on the other side of the brackish water, the estuary water. You can see that big turtle there. That's a diamondback turtle. And there's some more fish down here. I don't know who that guy is. That might be a redfish. There's some sea trout in here. Again, there is the oyster reef. See it? All right, we'll show you some more. I'm gonna go next. Okay, this tank is called the saltwater tank. And in here, it's all salt water. This is ocean water. So you're gonna see a snapper, horseshoe crab lives in here. They have Atlantic stingray. Ooh, look at these guys. Wow. Different kind of fish. And they see that the bottom of the sea is different. All right. Oh, there's a sea ray. Look at him. He's coming right at me. Very cool. Ain't they something? And then there's the crab over there. You can see him in the corner. The horseshoe crab. That's the seawater. So that's the difference here in Apalachicola on the environment. I'm going to show you from in here. I don't know if you can see it that well, but the environment is where the salt water meets the fresh water. That's called an estuary. And here's another tank that they have some fish in. Kingfish, spot, a permit, a silver jenny, a hermit crab's in here somewhere, sheephead, minnow, Gulf killfish, and some jacks. Look at that. It's a nice museum and nature center. They explain well on how this estuary developed and why it has to stay the way it is. Very important on how the water is here. If it's too salty, the oysters die. Oh, look at these guys. Oh man, look at that guy. A long nose, what is that? Atlantic needlefish. Look at that guy. Holy cow. A long nosed needle. I never seen one before. Huh. I think got some other ones in here too. Long-nosed killfish, the guys with the stripes. And again, here's some oyster reefs. They're called oyster reefs. Isn't that something? Okay. Also, inside the nature center, they have what looks like parts of a fin whale. These are the bones of a fin whale. That's part of the skull right there. There's a rib. That's called a fin whale bones. Do not touch. And then over here they have a juvenile loggerhead sea turtle. Look at that guy. See if I can show you better without the reflection. Look at that. Look at his head. And in this room they have an educational center like for kids. And it's a hands-on. You could touch things. They have seashells, they got shark. Look at that. They got some seabirds, turtles, alligators. Here's some of the mammals that live around here. There's a bobcat head, skull, a raccoon. There's a black bear. Ooh. Check that out. There's a gray fox up there that's stuffed. And there's a raccoon, and then they got more things here. Again, it's an educational center for kids. You know, I'll show you what a copperhead looks like. Don't go near them. A coral eastern snake. Here's a lower jaw of a sperm whale. And then here's look at that, turtle shell. Man, that is hard. There's a rattlesnake. I don't want to meet him. Cottonmouth. Some more shells. They explain what each shell is. You see, you find these on a beach. See, here's a transverse arc. Here's a ponderous arc. Whatever that is. I used to know all this stuff when I took biology, but you know, that's 1972. That's 50 years ago. I don't remember all this stuff. Then they have a microscope here. Check this out. You could
You know why?
Use the microscope here and see it on the screen over here, and you can see. See, here's an oyster. See that? On the screen. So they're so microscopic when they're first on the reef. You have to use a microscope to see how they're eating. See that? Look at that. Check that out. Live view of the microscope. So they have some nice things here. And they got right here pre-recorded up there. They run a video on that screen. But it's all educational. Very nice. Well done. You learn a lot coming through here. Just even, you know, don't need to be a kid. Could be someone like me, a tourist. Here's some more shells. Examples. Pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to come back out here and show you some more. In this display, they have some artifacts from a shipwreck off St. George Island. Cape St. George shipwreck. Something from the mid-1800s they found. I don't know if they found it washed up or they found it under the sand. I don't know. But that's that. And then over here they have a big, you're not going to believe this. This is a real alligator, stuffed. It was caught here. This was a 13-foot, 1-inch alligator, weighed 826 pounds. Caught in Apalachicola River, September 18th, 2021, in East Point, right here. Look at this thing. That's a real alligator, guys. Holy shamoke. I don't want to be getting in here. Look at this guy. Whew. So they have some things here, very interesting. The Nature Center is free, but I'd like to see if you donate. We donate when we come here. We donated. We bought some t-shirts. You see, and that is part of donation. So here again is the river. This tank here, second tank, is the brackish water, which is the bay water. And then one on the very end is the sea, the actual ocean water. And then over here in the corner is the gift shop, and I do recommend getting a t-shirt. They got a nice t-shirt. Okay, that's it for now. I'll show you some outside trails. Now the other thing they have here is a movie about the Apalachicola River and Bay. It's a 15-minute movie here at the Nature Center. It's excellent. I've seen it twice, and it's very good. It's right here in this theater. It's showed every quarter hour. The film's 12 minutes long. So I don't want to walk in there. There might be a movie going on. Let me see. Yeah, the movie's going on right now, so we're not going to walk in there and disturb them. This is it, the Nature Center. I call it a museum. Alright, I'm going to show you some of the trails. So this is the Nature Trail. Some of it's on a boardwalk because, you know, this is marshland. And look what I found here. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. Albert Einstein. He was so right, isn't he? Alright, I'm going to walk down this nature trail a little bit and show you what that looks like, and then we'll try and show you some more. It's really beautiful out here today. There's no sun, but it's nice. Mid-60s. Really nice. Alright, I'm going to try and find Vicky and Ruby. Okay, so they have 3 different walks you could do. One's a nature walk, one's a watershed walk, and the other one's a bay overlook. And then the 4th one is, of course, the Nature Center. So let's go check out the bay. We'll see what the bay looks like. We'll find Lucy, or Ruby and Vicky up there. Okay, we're on a bay walk. And here's a storyboard about the upper Chattahoochee River. Let's see. Oh, there's a kitty cat. Oh, did she see the kitty cat? Oh boy. You're gonna get us kicked out. Come on. Let's see what they got here, Rubes. The Lower Flint River. That's the other river that comes in here. Comes from Georgia. And they got things marked here. Huh. Alright, let's go down this far and see what's down here. Okay, here's the storyboard on the Apalachicola River. Right here. Too much to read to you. But basically it's important for the wetlands and the delta. This is a delta here, you see. The Apalachicola Delta. That's where all the oysters come from. See? Where the river meets the sea. The estuary. Let's come out here and see the bay. You're seeing it when I'm seeing it. I haven't been out here yet. Look at this. A little overcast today, but still beautiful. Look at that. Wow, they have a little telescope here for you to use for free. There's the bay. That way is East Point. That away is St. George Island. And if you could see, that's the island, and there's the bridge. See the bridge right there? It goes over to the St. George Island. It's about 9 miles to the island. There's the East Point end. And then if you could see the water tower, that's almost where the bridge ends. It kind of goes right to the water tower and this lighthouse. So this is the bay. Apalachicola Bay. The oyster capital of the world. It was at one time. Right now it's closed down to oystering because they had a crash. Oyster beds all died. Reefs. And they're rebuilding them. They say they're getting along pretty well. They may reopen it in 2025 to oystering again. Okay, we'll show you some more.